Hello and welcome to my website. My name is Arsama Sefi and this is my critical exploration of Brother, a novel by Canadian author David Chariandy. This isn't just another school project for me, as the novel Brother deeply relates to myself as an immigrant. It doesn't just shout what it wants to say, it explains everything gradually and builds up through the critical points that it wants to explain. And in this short video, I'll introduce what the novel is about, share some of the important themes, and give you a quick tour of what you will find on the website. So let's begin. First of all, what is the novel about? That might be the most important thing for you who might be considering reading this book. At its core, Brother is the story of two young men, Michael and his older brother Francis, growing up in Scarborough during the 1990s. Their mother works hard to raise them as a single parent after immigrating from Trinidad. They grow up in a tough neighborhood surrounded by poverty, suspicion, and the pressure of survival. The story really quickly flips between past and present all the time, following Michael as he reflects on the events that led to the tragic death of Francis, basically destroying their lives. Now, you know what the novel is about, but what are the key themes about the novel, since that's a really important detail for the readers? Well, my analysis focuses on three major themes because they relate to the critical race theory, and the first one is dehumanization. How black youth like Francis are treated not as human who need protection but are killed brutally. And the second one is the silencing of the black voices and minorities, which symbolically also represents the death of Francis and the justice that their family wants to seek but they're unable to. And finally, it's the exclusion that they face all the time in the streets, outside, and in the law enforcement. And these themes basically build upon what the novel wants to say that I've mentioned before. So I used the critical race theory to dig deeper into how these systems work, which I believe it suited perfectly. But you are here to first explore the website and then consider reading the book, so let's do that. This project is organized into three main sections, which is home, summary, analysis, and then you'll dig deeper into the details of the author if you wanted to, which would be great. Firstly, the summary page is basically what the novel is about. I've briefly mentioned this, but the summary page goes into deeper details and it uses multimedia aspects of the novel. And the second one is the analysis page, which is the heart of the project. Everything that I've done as an analyzer of this essay is cited there and mentioned there. And the homepage, which is your navigator guide to the other aspects of the webpage. And I've tried to make this really visually engaging. I try to make this animated and interactive with the users because I personally really value this novel myself as an individual, and I know that reading this would be really, really helpful for others as well. So before I wrap up and end everything, I just wanted to briefly mention that Brother may be set in the 90s, but its themes are still deeply relative to what we have today in our society. And it asks what kind of society we're building and who gets left behind. It asks who is being discriminated against and who needs more attention. And just doesn't offer easy answers for these questions. It explains everything and it asks the right questions about who gets hurt and who gets helped, and eventually whose lives get destroyed due to the sequence of discrimination and a systemic racist society, my fault. And so that really explains the novel well, and it concludes it really well because that's at the end what the novel leaves you behind. So if you really want an enjoyable experience of reading a not too long novel that will help you develop your mind and develop your mindset about what critical race theory is and what people and minorities usually experience, this book will help you a lot. So I hope the website also helps you engage with the novel in a new way and think critically about the world around you. I think it's really important to interact with the website, so try to read everything first and then analyze them, as I've analyzed the novel, because that's where the learning comes from, and then you can decide whether this is a suitable book for you to read or not. So thank you so much for listening to me, and feel free to explore the website and ask any questions that you wanted to. Thank you.